to a 5th gen Dodge Viper, but not just any 5th gen Dodge Viper. This is an Moto twin turbo Dodge Viper. The last time I drove a 5th gen was the TRC 5th gen all the way down to Florida, which was headers, intake, and tune, made 640 wheel. Yeah, this is a lot more than that. So what we have here, my buddy Zach was kind enough to bring this to Off the Line Performance to let me drive it. I can't be more excited because it has a amazing transmission, manual transmission, and the clutch pedals come towards me, which is great because I'm having to kind of, you know, lean back and drive like this because I'm a little guy. Got the giant V10, 8.4 liter, built motor, twin turbo kit, whole 9 yards. Let's get started. So first things first, I'm gonna cut right to the chase. What kind of horsepower does this car make? Well, on low boost turn down, it makes 1,000 wheel horsepower. Turned up, it makes 1,400 wheel horsepower. Moto makes a fantastic kit out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Basically, you can send it to them, be like, hey, I want big boy horsepower out of my beautiful Viper, and then they get it done. The Viper platform, what's really fascinating is with the long nose and the weight up front and the short butt in the back, it actually is a very good platform for big power. Unlike the previous Viper generation, it was basically a V10 sitting in a bathtub like the first gen one, which is super scary. This is a magnet to a tree if you floor it in the wrong way. By the way, over 50% of owners of the first gen Viper crashed their car. So it's definitely gotten way better. When I drove the 5th gen the very first time, I absolutely adored it. When it comes to a boosted Viper, I've driven one Pro-Charged 4th gen, but that was the extent of it. The 5th gen is the one that stole my heart. This is the Viper I like the most. I really like the gauge system where it turns red and has a Viper show up when it's time to shift. I love the presence of it. When they roll down the road with a big meaty tire in the back, there's nothing like it. Also, you have the adjustable pedals where you can just wind them up and back because the seat is fixed. So if you don't like where it is, you're dealing with it. Along with that, push button start, a much nicer interior than the previous Vipers. I really love this red interior on the red exterior, and honestly, I don't see a lot of red 5th gen Vipers that often, so it's cool that we're driving one just like that. The V10 in the Viper seems to be kind of decisive with the sound. Some people love it, some people hate it. I really like the sound of it because of how unique it is. There's no other V10 in the world like it. And it's also the highest displacement engine to this day in production. So that's also another win. A lot of the times you see people run the sequential setups on them where they're going like 2,000 plus horsepower. And what I like is now the Viper has now become a big challenger of the other big boy cars in the high horsepower scene. At first, it was the Lambos all day, and also, of course, the GTRs, R35s. But now the Viper is a huge contender in that ball game, and I just like having the variety and its rear-wheel drive. So you kind of have to manhandle it a little bit, but at the same time, they go straight as an arrow. The owner of this car actually had a crazy twin turbo or turbocharged Terminator Cobra as well, and he said that this is actually easier to drive than that was. Plus, you have the extra displacement, it's a lot more reliable, and on 1,000 horsepower, it's only 9 pounds of boost. So you're winning all across the board. Fun fact though, the suspension is actually completely bone stock, so that's another thing you really don't gotta worry about. What makes this so great as a straight line car, if you're talking like TX2K 2008, and people are like, yeah, I drive a twin turbo Viper, you're like, that guy is either brave or stupid. Like there was no in between. We're having 1,200 horsepower Vipers. But nowadays in this car, you're like, oh, I got a 1,400 horsepower Viper. You're like, good for you, dude. That's amazing. And I just love that this kit is so stealthy. When I tried to film this car this morning for the glamour shots that you're seeing now, I'm like, where are they? Like I had to really look down and try and find the turbos, but none the wiser. If you pop this hood for somebody at a car show, they'd be like, that's a cool stock Viper. They would have no idea. That's kind of the beauty of it. And this is the quiet kit. That's what's even gnarlier about it. That is so stupid. Even if I'm spinning a little bit, the car hooks right up. Like, if you just modulate your throttle a little bit, if you were in a bad situation, you'd be completely fine. Yeah, like imagine you're just... What was that? I was not ready for that one. Just when I thought it couldn't get any better. So another thing about the car is that it's on Motec, really the best ECU ever created. So on Motec, when I was getting on it right there, it was cutting timing and basically pulling timing, excuse me, and keeping the car hooked up so, you know, an inexperienced driver or an experienced driver can just keep in it. And I'm not used to Motec. A lot of the times I view it as, oh wait, is the car breaking up? Do I need to just be tame on this thing? And the Motec's like, no dude, like you just need to keep in it because then we'll hook up and go. Oh, I see you, Viper. Yes. If you notice that, I had to basically recalibrate my brain to say, it's fine, it's fine. It's gonna start throwing boost at it once you get rolling at the right amount. But your instinct is, oh, we're spinning. I'm not gonna do that, right? But that time around, it did the job. Third gear is awesome because it does everything you want to do, right? You can roll into it. It's kind of casual in a way, and you just go along for the ride. I'm thinking this morning, I'm going to be manhandling this thing when I get in this Viper. Nope, it just goes. Redline to save my life, but that means the gearing is perfect for high mile per hour rolls because you can just keep going without having to shift that much. Wild. I still have more RPM. I don't have room. I cannot get there. Like that second gear, oh, just chef's kiss. That is the sauce right there. Oh my God, life is so good right now. Manual transmission, big displacement, big turbos. Ah, it's amazing. I don't know anymore. Like I love the sound of a Lambo V10. But the way this comes on and that I get to shift into the next gear, this car has to be manual. It has to be. Like if this car wasn't manual, it would not be the same. There's no way. Yeah, so with the settings, which I like, the traction control button is actually on the steering wheel rather than you're reaching here or here somewhere you don't know. You hit that, it changes the magnet ride. So that's why you don't change the suspension. It adjusts for you that way. This car is the most fun second to third gear. That's my opinion. Basically, rolling into second, getting that sensation of the turbos coming on, getting up to speed, and then once you're into third, you're like, yeah, this is nuts. Amazing. That was first, guys, with over 1,000 horsepower. I just did a first gear roll on and it was like, yeah, okay, David, that's fine. Yeah, look, fourth gear, just It's amazing. Twin Turbo Viper is everything I ever imagined and more. Motec is absolutely needed on this thing. I think that's a big takeaway is you have the right ECU in this, keep the stock suspension, have a good wheel and tire setup on it, but this doesn't even have like a crazy drag setup on it. That's another thing. It's on a really beefy street tire, but that's it. And huge thanks to Zach for letting me drive this car and just trusting me. I feel very blessed. I'm an incredibly lucky guy to drive these cars, but this one is one of my favorites I've done in a long time because it just works. Temperatures are good. Everything's good. We have 70 miles left, but everything else is good. But on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching this video.